Respected elders, educationists, dear teachers and dearest students, welcome. First of all, it is my kind request that those who have been subscribed to our channel, Tirukural and Science, so far may kindly subscribe it. Dear students and elders, in this class we are going to see the 5 couplets under the chapter Domestic Virtue, Hospitality. We are going to see hospitality under the chapter Domestic Virtue, Hospitality. What is the necessity of hospitality? Why we should entertain hospitality? Let us see how Thiruvalluvan emphasizes the necessity of rightly entertaining hospitality. Let us see in the 5 couplets to which extent he emphasizes and compels us to entertain hospitality. Come, let us see. Tirukural, comments and explanations on the basis of science and virtue. 5 couplets from 81 to 85. Video 34, dated 29/5/23. Let us see virtue, chapter 9, domestic virtue, hospitality. Let us see the 81st couplet. Earning riches and leading happy domestic life is to entertain guests with smell of life. You see? Earning riches and leading happy domestic life is to entertain guests with smell of life. What is the message of this couplet? Valluvan says that earning riches and leading happy domestic life, that is for what we are earning. For what is the purpose of earning? And leading a happy life. What is the purpose of earning and leading a happy life? It is for earning riches and leading a happy life is mainly for entertaining the guests who are coming to us, entertaining the guests rightly. Again, earning riches and leading a happy life is mainly to entertain our guests rightly. This is the central idea of this couplet. Earning riches and leading happy domestic life is to entertain guests with the smell of life. If we are earning, it is not simply to keep it in a corner. If you like to lead a life, it cannot be an imagination. A happy life would not come from elsewhere. A happy life should be earned by ourselves. How we get a happy life? Thus, first we should earn, and our earning should be utilized for entertaining the guests who are coming to us. For that alone we are earning. To lead a life, we should earn. And to lead a happy life, we should entertain our guests. This is the central idea of this couplet. Earning riches and leading happy domestic life is to entertain guests with a smile of face. The earning things are to treat our guests with smiling face, to treat our guests heartfully. Continues. Hospitality is the soul of domestic virtue. What is a domestic virtue? Hospitality. Hospitality is the soul of domestic virtue. If you are says, if there is no hospitality, there is no domestic virtue. Explanation. The real intention of earning riches and leading a joyful life is that the real intention of earning riches and leading a joyful life is to look after guests carefully and satisfy them. That is the intention of earning riches and leading a happy life is to carefully look after their guests, our guests, and satisfy them. Hospitality is the golden bridge joining families. We should not forget it. Hospitality is the golden bridge joining families. We should bear it in mind. Taking things after having entertained the guest would bring merits to the cause. That is, taking the remaining things after having entertained the guest would bring merits to the ghost, would bring greatness to the ghost. Again, earning riches and leading happy domestic life is to entertain guests with smile of life. That is the main purpose of earning and leading a life is to entertain our guests thoughtfully. Entertaining guests rightly is the golden bridge. Entertaining hospitality, that is hospitality is the golden bridge joining families. So we should not ignore hospitality. Hospitality is the soul of domestic virtue. The domestic virtue is hospitality. A couplet 82, that is 82nd couplet. To eat anything, even Alexa, to eat anything, even Alexa, leaving out the guests, should be avoided to be the best. See, to eat anything, even Alexa, leaving of the guests should be avoided to be the best. What is the message of this poem? That is, eating any greatest thing, even Eliza, eating anything, even Eliza, leaving out the guest is not the right thing. It is eating anything, even the greatest thing that could stop death. That could stop even death. Eating anything, even elixir. The elixir is supposed the greatest medicine that could stop death. Eating anything, even elixir, leaving out the guest is not good. Is humanity. Such kind of tendency should be avoided. That is, eating anything, any greatest thing, even he likes leaving out the guest, should be avoided. This is the central line of this world. See, having entertained the guest, taking the rest is a domestic virtue. You see, having entertained the guest, taking the rest is a domestic virtue. First we should entertain the guest and then we should take the rest. Explanation. Even if it is the food of immortality, elixir, immortality, food of immortality, even if it is the food of immortality, it is not good to take it alone, leaving out the guest. See, even if it is the food of immortality, it is not good to take it alone, leaving out the guest. That is, after having entertained the guest, taking the rest is a domestic virtue. Ignoring this virtue, taking things of ourselves, leaving the guest outside, is totally against domestic morality. That is, ignoring this virtue, taking things of ourselves, leaving the guest outside, is totally against domestic morality. Such kind of inhuman tendency should be buried, should be avoided. So again, to eat anything, even elixir, leaving out the guest should be avoided to be the best. That is, taking any greatest food, any greatest eatables, even elixir, that is the food of immortality. Taking elixir, even elixir, leaving out the guest should be avoided. That is not humanity. As human beings, we should first treat the guest and then take the rest. That is, that is the virtuous quality of human beings. That is the virtuous quality of human beings. So even it is so, even it is the elixir, we should not take it ourselves, leaving our guest outside. It's not good. Having entertained the guest, taking the rest is a domestic virtue. This is the 83rd, 83rd couplet. That is couplet 83, 83rd couplet. He who daily entertains guests, he who daily entertains guests with morality will not attain the state of poverty. You see, he who daily entertains guests with morality will not attain the state of poverty. What is the message of this poem? That is, if a man entertains his guests daily, he will not become poor, losing his finance, losing his money because of cheating his guests. That is the central idea. That is, he who daily attains guests with morality will not attain the state of poverty. If a man entertains his guests daily, that kind of treatment, that kind of habit will not bring him the state of poverty. The habit of treating his guests, the habit of treating guests daily, the habit of rightly treating the guests daily will not invite poverty to a man. But we should entertain our guests according to the financial status condition, financial condition of our family. Within the financial status within the financial status of our family, we should entertain our guests. That is okay. Entertain guests daily, knowing well our financial status is great. That is, entertaining guests daily, knowing well our financial status is great. We should entertain our guests, knowing our financial status, within the financial status of our family, within our financial status. Explanation: no one will become poor because of entertaining guests daily. That is, entertaining the guests is the part of domestic life. Of course, receiving guests daily and duly entertaining them cannot eat our riches and make us suffer. That is, of course, receiving guests daily and duly entertaining them cannot eat our riches and make us suffer. If we entertain our guests daily within our financial status, that cannot eat our riches and make us poor. But entertaining the guests should be within our financial condition. Yes, entertaining a guest should be within our financial condition, financial status. Again, he who daily entertains guests with morality will not attain the state of poverty. Because of entertaining guests, a man will not become poor. That is, entertaining guests daily cannot invite poverty to a man, provided his treatment of his guests should be within his financial status. That's all. He who daily entertains guests with morality will not attain the state of poverty. The benefit of entertaining guests daily will not invite poverty. Entertaining guests daily, knowing well our financial status is great. And let us see 84th couplet. The beautiful lady, the riches, would dwell in the heart of his home who entertains the guest well. That is, the beautiful lady, riches, wealth. The beautiful lady, riches, wealth, would dwell, would live in the heart of his home, in the middle of his home, who entertains guests well. That is, if a man entertains his guests with a smiling face and smiling heart, if a man entertains his guests with a smiling face and a smiling heart, riches, the lady is personified, wealth is personified as a lady, the lady, wealth, riches, would exist in the heart of his family, in the heart of his home. If a man entertains his guests with a smiling face and smiling heart, the lady of wealth would live in the heart of his home, in the middle of his home. The beautiful lady riches would dwell in the heart of his home, who entertains guests well. content. If you heartily entertain a guest, our heart would overflow with unbounded joy. It is psychology. It is, if we heartily entertain a guest, our heart would overflow with unbounded joy. That is, when we entertain our guest heartily, sweetly, our heart itself would overflow with unbounded joy, with great joy. This is the content. Explanation. If you treat your guest with a smiling face, happiness. If you treat your guest with a smiling face, happiness, the delightful lady. Happiness, the delightful lady, the beautiful lady, will dwell happily in your heart. Yes, this is my imagination. If you treat your guest with a smiling face, happiness, the delightful lady, will dwell happily in your heart. Heart is the real home of all human beings. Heart here. Heart is the real home of all human beings. That is, if you heartily entertain a guest, a heart would overflow with unbounded joy. This is the message. If you treat your guest with a smiling face, happiness, the delightful lady, will dwell happily in your heart. Heart is the real home of all human beings. That is, if you heartily entertain our guest, our heart would overflow with unbounded joy. Again, the beautiful lady, riches, wealth, would dwell in the heart of his home, who entertains guests well. That is, if a man entertains his guests well, the lady, that is wealth, would happily live in his home, would happily live in the heart of his home. That is the message of this poem. 85th couplet. Should seeds be sown in the field of man, who feasted his guests eats what may remain. Again, should seeds be sown in the field of man, who feasted his guests eats what may remain. What is the message? The sage worldman who puts forth these questions. Is it necessary to sow seeds in the field of a man who eats the remaining after having entertained his guests? His question is it necessary to sow seeds in the field of a man who eats the rest after having entertained his guests? Here the answer is no. No seeds be sown in the field of the man who takes the rest after entertaining his guests. This is the central message of this couplet. But I would like to give it in another way. Instead of, by myself, I am taking the field as the mind. As far as myself is concerned, I am taking the field as the mind. See, taking the field as the mind, I am giving this answer, I am giving this definition, I am giving this description. The noble heart has the noble seeds within it. That is, the mind itself, when the mind is noble, it has all the seeds within itself. When the mind is noble, it would be having all the noble seeds within it, and it itself would sow the noble ideas, noble thoughts noble qualities within itself and grow it. See, a noble mind could sow noble qualities, human qualities on its field and grow it successfully and make use of it. The noble heart has the noble seeds within it. That is why I tell you. See the explanation. It is not at all necessary to sow virtuous thoughts in the heart of a man who first feasts his guest and eats what remains. You see, it is not at all necessary to sow virtuous thoughts in the heart of, heart is not here, in the mind of a man who first feasts his guests and eats what remains. You see, as virtuous hearts are already filled with virtuous thoughts, as virtuous hearts are already filled with virtuous thoughts, they need no seeds to be sown. As virtuous hearts are already filled with virtuous thoughts, they need no seed to be sown. That is, virtuous hearts are highly fertile with a manure of noble thoughts. That is, virtuous hearts are highly fertile with a manure of noble thoughts. They do not need outward virtuous thoughts to be sown. See, they do not need outward virtuous thoughts to be sown. This is my explanation. This is my description. The noble heart has the noble seeds within it. So that is why the heart itself is noble. He treats his guest rightly, pleasantly and peacefully. Again, should seeds be sown in the field of man who feasted his guest eats what may remain. See, if a man first treats his guest and takes the remains, need not be man. The man who feasts his guest first and takes the rest is great in all respects. By noble qualities, by virtuous qualities, he is great. By virtuous qualities, such kind of man is great. So, in the field is mind. In the mind of such a great man, no noble thoughts be so. No noble thoughts be so. Because the mind itself is noble. So it by itself could sow the noble thoughts on it and grow it and make use of it. So okay. Dear students, dear elders, dear sisters and daughters and sons, and elderly men and women, in the 5 couplets, how Volumen describes and stresses the importance of hospitality. Regarding human life, hospitality is the soul. So, we are living as family, we are living as groups of families. We are living life as groups of families. So, there should be proper understanding between families. So, hospitality is must. Hospitality is must. See, for giving right kind of hospitality, both wife and husband should be I mean, should understand each other carefully. There should be right kind of opinions between the husband and wife. In entertaining the guests who are coming to us, they should, no unwanted feeling, no unwanted feeling should exist either in the heart of the woman of the family or in the heart of the man of the family. Particularly, the woman of the family should be very interested, should be careful, should be sensitive, highly sensitive in rightly treating the guests who are coming to her. It is very important regarding the woman of the family and regarding the man of the family also. He also should feel rightly in entertaining his guests. See, some of the 81st and the 84th couplets are highly attracting me. See, earning riches and leading happy domestic life is that I entertain us with smell of life. That is the purpose of earning. The purpose of earning and leading a family life is mainly for entertaining the guests. That is earning and living and leading a family life is mainly for entertaining the guests who are coming to us. Very good couplet. Earning riches and leading happy domestic life is to entertain guests with smell of life. For the verse I have put it, is to entertain guests with smile of life, with smiling face and smiling heart. This is 81st couplet, and see 84th couplet. The beautiful lady, that is wealth, riches. The beautiful lady, wealth, would dwell in the heart of his home, who entertains his guests well. That is wealth. Wealth is personified as a lady. The beautiful lady, wealth, would like to live in the heart of his family. Wealth would like, the beautiful lady wealth would like to live in the heart of the family of the man, in the heart of the home of the man who entertains his guests with smiling face and smiling heart. So, dear elders, dear daughters and sons, dear sisters and elderly women and men, see, whatever it is, however financially either high or low we are, either we are rich or poor, financially, that doesn't matter. Our heart, our mind should be fertile. If our mind is fertile, if our mind is rich, suddenly we would entertain the guests who are coming as heartily and with a smiling face. So for treating our guests rightly, it is not money but our mind. Our mind. That is most important. So let us keep our mind virtuous. and joyous one in doing things regarding family life. Hospitality is a part of domestic life that we should feel, and we should train our mind. We ourselves should train our mind. We should do this. We should do this. We should do this because it is part of human life. It's okay. Dear elders, teachers, and students, and dear daughters and sons, I thank all of you for listening my lessons, my description of my lessons and the description of the 5 couplets from 81 to 86 under the chapter Hospitality of Domestic Life, Domestic Virtue. I wish I thank all of you for watching the lessons, and also I wish all of you a very nice time till we meet you in the next class. Thank you.